having a feeling today to come and share a big, bold vision. This reminds me when I had a big vision a few years back, and I've seen this pattern in many beautiful souls. A pattern of repetition where there has been this amazing heartfelt vision of your life path, of where you would be at most happy and content to be in your life's path, to be in your life's mission, to be in your soul essence. And you receive this massive download. Yeah? You receive this massive download and you have this vision. But you're not ready yet. So the universe takes you on very, very repetitive cycles for you to be able to see what is it that you need to learn, what is it that you need to integrate, what is it that you need to release, to be able to have the clarity so that you can move to the next phase, to the next step, to the next evolved version of yourself. And the more you step into those evolved version of yourselves, the more you understand parts of that vision, of that path that you want to be. And then you create projects, you create structures, you plan, you organize, and you find that things don't go on, don't move on, right? You asking the universe, what are my blockages? What am I doing wrong? What can I do right? And it becomes a repetitive cycle. You go back and you understand about your download, you understand about your vision, you know exactly what you want to be. You're not letting go of that vision easily, but then you have blocks and you get through them. You get through the dark night of the soul and you go through them. And you have learnings, you have clarity, you have more clarity, more versions of yourself are clear. More depth of your own project, of your own path is clear. And then you fall back. You see the phases of the moon? We fall back from the new moon to the full moon when we keep going in repetitive cycles. And it feels like never ending. It feels like never ending. And you start questioning yourself. Is it coming? Is it going to happen? Is it meant to be? Did I see the right vision? Did I do the right thing? Am I following the steps of the universe? Am I using the ego? There's so much that goes on. And then you have a big lesson one day that helps you understand that we are all interdependent. That even though this is your vision, that even though it is your download, it's going to be your soul mission, your soul path. You are going to be the leader of it, the delivery of it. But you also remember that you're going to receive. And for you to receive this big vision, we need to understand that we are interdependent with the universe, with ourselves, with the collective, with the elements. And it's so easily forgotten, this aspect of our soul mission. We forget to go deep, deep within the ocean, deep within ourselves, in our own sea. We forget to go deep to find our own answers. Our own answers of knowledge that is shared by the collective anyway. So sometimes when we struggle to go within, we struggle to go back to center. We perhaps need that interdependency of others, of, you know, the collective, of the universe, of the elements, of your angels, of your dragons, of your guides, of the masters. That's all within us all. But when we struggle to go back in, others can assist us going back in. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. But, you know, we are in that, we could be in that repetitive cycle still, trying to figure it out, our blockages. And starting to question, am I consistently showing up? Am I consistently showing up? And if I'm not, what is stopping me? What is blocking me? What's my self-sabotage? What's my limitations? What am I not seeing? And we go back to adrift with those questionings because we're in the mind. And we struggle to go back in for clarity. Tiger iron is clarity, right? And we crave for that clarity. And sometimes that crave can come in seeking validation. But when you find that validation, you know, don't ever forget to be grateful. Because even though we are seeking validation, which is nothing wrong with it, perhaps we are in that phase that seeking validation is a way of creating, building our own self-confidence. And every validation is a gift. Every validation is a step forward. And we should look at it as precious, with, you know, being grateful that we can find that validation when we ask, when we seek. You know, this is this big download, right? That big vision that we have. It all comes from this feminine energy that we have within, you know, our Magdalene. We are all Magdalene. We are all Jesus. We are all masters. We are all Andromedans. We're all Pleiadians. We are everything at one. We have fractals within us from all of them. We are all of them. What stops you from saying that you are a God? Right? And there will be a time that we will be conscious channeling. And I see this vision as the big vision, that there will be no labeling to whatever you're saying. You're going to be so pure in your heart, so pure in your heart, connected within, with your own fractals, with your own knowledge, with your own ancient knowledge, universal knowledge, that we will simply speak our truth, and we will simply, with our eyes open, be communicating on a day-to-day basis as conscious channeling. There'll be no need for labeling. There'll be no need to discern. We are simply conscious channeling at all times, in all segments of time. And these are little gifts because we're passing on the message, and sometimes our big vision can make us think that something really big needs to come up to be our mission. And we forget that our mission sometimes is that little communication at the bus stop, right? That little communication with someone with a smile, that is conscious channeling. And this can bring us all the validation that we want, all those little gifts and validations, which then helps us build faith, right? It helps us build faith. And faith back in our vision, faith back in our path, faith back in the projects that failed, that each failed was a message, was a learning curve, was an understanding of the universe, how the universe works and how we can work with the universe. And yes, if every time we have to go back in the dark night of the soul and we start questioning ourselves, right? Just being adrift in the mind, questioning ourselves and not going within, that's where we get stuck. So it's I think the message here is, you know, am I consistently showing up? Yes, you are. Even through the chaos, even through the moments that you put a project out and you failed, even through the moments that you had to go quiet, even through the moments that you felt you needed to act, even if you acted through the ego, even if you pushed something to make it happen, even when you went through with the flow of the universe and everything just happened divinely guided and beautifully and magically, you are consistently showing up at all times. And you must have faith that you are. You must have faith that you are. You must have joy every time you are. Be playful. Even when you fail, be playful because you're learning. Yeah. The dolphin here says true romance, and I think, and I'm starting to kind of bathe in this energy of having romance with my own life, romance with my own moments. And the more we can enjoy these little gifts of our own moments, right? The more we grow, the more we can reap the rewards. So it is never ending. Yes. But each phase, each cycle of the moon is a new level of consciousness, a new depth within your consciousness. It's a new understanding, it's a new version of yourself. And versions of yourself with more clarity, right? The tiger iron with more clarity. With more conscious channeling. Recruiting more fractals of your own knowledge, of your own understanding, of your own universe within. But also understanding that when we go out in our path and we're ready to give and receive, that we are interdependent with ourselves, with others, with the universe, with our guides, with the cosmic, with our fractals. And you must hold that big vision. You must hold it. You must hold that big vision in your heart and own your vision, own your lessons. They're not blocks, they're not obstacles. Yeah, Ganesha is here to remind us they're not obstacles. We see them as obstacles, but they're not. But those are the moments to ask for help. Those are the moments to ask for assistance. Those are the moments to Allow yourself to be interdependent with your fractals and those of others. They can assist you. And when I say they, it can be your guide, someone's guide, another human, an animal, the water, the air, the fire, the earth. And the way it feels here, the way I'm feeling right now through this reading, is readiness. You are ready. You are so ready. You are so ready. And believe in yourself that you are consistently showing up. Every segment of your time, you are consistently showing up. Send you love and light.